Before I start the video, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Giant snowball bush. Do you see it right there? My dad, years ago, brought that up here as a stick. Basically, I stuck it in the ground, and that thing is just tall as a house now. He passed away about 3 years ago at 94, but a lot of the stuff over here, the daylilies down there that are in there, and snowball bushes, and some of the multiflora roses and things like that around here, all came from his parents' farm. Hang on. Well, the garden, or what we're going to have of one, is planted. We got a couple of kinds of paste tomatoes and some giant beef steaks. We made sure they were all heirloom tomatoes. I'm going to have to put some dirt in this little box. This dirt's kind of hard here. We're going to grow our wild lettuce, opium lettuce it's called. You make a tea out of it and it has a natural painkiller. And then, of course, bell peppers over there and our rhubarb here. We still haven't done the outer garden yet. My husband's back is really bad right now, so the tiller hasn't come out yet for that garden. Anyway, we'll see what happens this year. I don't know. You can hear birds crowing. I'm on the way to feed Snow and Amanda, the two really crippled hens that live in a wall cage side by side. I can't leave their water and food with them in the middle of the day if it's going to be cool, because they end up laying in it, especially Snow. She has a little bit more mobility than Amanda does. Amanda may be 12 years old and she still lays eggs. It's crazy. She's laid 3 eggs in the last couple weeks, even though she can't walk. She hasn't been able to walk for about 4 years. She can haul herself up on her legs like she's standing on sticks, and then that's about the only thing she can do. And she gets herself up there. She squeezes out an egg. Bless her heart. I kind of wish she'd quit. But I'm headed to the barn. Didn't look like we're going to have any peaches this year. Anyway, I'm going into the barn, guys, and I'll catch you in just a minute. I want to talk to you about 2 Speckledhen-isms. I'm Speckled Hen on BYC, backyardchickens.com, and I'm famous for 2 sayings. One has to do with a laying flock, and one has to do with a breeding flock. And it kind of sums up my philosophy on both of them. Catch you in just a few. Hey everybody. I just want to do a really quick video. I'm kind of famous for 2 sayings. One has to do with your laying flock. The other one has to do with your breeding flock. Now, the laying flock saying can be applied to the breeding flock, but the other one doesn't really apply to the laying flock. So, in fact, I have these 2 sayings in my signature line on BYC. The first one is, hens are not vending machines. The second saying I'm famous for is, you don't breed stupid. Now, hens are not vending machines. I cannot count how many times people have said, my hens quit laying. What do I do to make them lay again? Nothing. How old are they? Have they been laying for a while? Are they getting proper nutrition? If they are, guess what? They're animals. They are subject to all kinds of stresses. They have cycles. They slow down right before their molt. They may stop completely during a molt. If they have a predator scare, they may stop briefly. Or they just may stop for no reason that you can determine. They're not machines. They don't always lay an egg every single day. They have to take a break. It takes a lot out of a hen's body to produce that egg and put a shell on it every day. So lower your expectations a little bit about what your hens are going to do for you. They're not machines, they're animals. And there may be some things that you could do better, that doesn't mean they're going to just start laying the minute you change their feed. Or, who knows, but, you know, lower your expectations a little bit. I knew of one guy, I don't know him, but he had posted on a group in Kentucky. It was a chicken swap group a friend of mine belonged to. He said, these hens, they looked all ratty and they were losing feathers, so I took the axe to them. I went, what? They were molting. It's a normal, natural process. He thought they had a disease and he killed them all. The poor hens died for nothing other than a natural bodily process. It just astounds me how ignorant people can be because they don't do a little teeny bit of reading, a little teeny bit of research, and that just irks me no end. If you don't know a bird loses feathers and grows new feathers every once in a while, then that's the most basic knowledge. So, hens are not machines, and don't expect them to be. If they slow down, they need to slow down. I don't put lights on in my coop at night in the wintertime to force them unnaturally to keep going. Hatchery hens tend to die of reproductive malfunctions really early in life. They don't live to be 9, 10, 11, and 12 years old like most of my hens. But I allow my hens to take breaks. I allow them to, if they go broody, you know, they quit laying. And people go, well, I can't have a hen go broody. She's got to lay eggs for me. Well, if your hen does go broody, don't execute her. I mean, that just means that that trait hasn't been artificially bred out of her. It's a natural thing. So, that's the first thing. Hens are not machines. They're not vending machines. You can't just put a quarter in and get your egg out every day. Anytime you feel like it. It just doesn't work that way. Second, yeah, don't breed stupid. I heard some guy on my channel said, well, it's just so wonderful that your roosters are all so sweet and, you know, mine's giving me PTSD. And I thought, well, you know, I'm really sorry about that, but if you got a rooster who's giving you PTSD from attacking you all the time, why is he still there? Are you breeding from that rooster? Are you hatching eggs from hens that were bred by that rooster? If so, you're going to get the same thing all over again, probably. Nothing's guaranteed with an animal, but temperament is a heritable trait. It passes down. And in my experience, it passes down from aggressive father to aggressive son. Now, that said, I haven't had to call a rooster for aggression in 10, 11, 12, no, probably 11 years. Because I keep the best, call the rest. And call doesn't necessarily mean kill, but you know, you don't want a rooster passing on those genes to some other rooster. So if you say, oh, I'm going to hatch one of his sons and then I'm going to get rid of him, well, you're probably just hatching the same thing all over again. Probably. So, and I found that the most intelligent roosters are the ones who know who's in charge, not them, me. Who know who's in charge. They don't attack me when I grab a hen who's a screaming, struggling hen. They may look up in concern, but they don't threaten. They don't run at me. They look like, what is wrong with her, Mom? It's almost like some of these roosters, they take my side. It's like, well, you shut up and leave, you quit yelling. And I'll have a hen who's being particularly ornery, and she'll struggle, and the rooster will be watching her. And I'll put her down, and he'll run over. He will thunk her in the head. Like, what are you doing that to Mom for? He's chastising her for misbehaving for me. So, those are the smart ones. Those are the roosters who would never dream of attacking you. Those are the ones you want to breed from. If you have a backyard flock, to me, that's really the most important trait, is temperament in a rooster. Now, how many times have I heard, oh, he's always attacking me, but he takes good care of his hens, he protects his hens. So what? My roosters protect their hens too. They don't attack me. They're very easygoing, they don't threaten me. Now Hector's a big old goober, and he'll run up to me, and he looks like, to somebody on the outside, he'd look like he was threatening me. But you gotta know Hector. I know I hatched Hector here. He has it's almost like that's his version of a big old lab coming running up to you with his tongue hanging out going, hi, 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 pet me, pet me. That's Hector. It took me a while to figure out Hector's personality, but he's not aggressive. He's full of energy, and he just can't help running up and going, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Pay attention to me. But my point is, breed from the most intelligent roosters. If they are attacking you in the barnyard every day, they're attacking the one who's bringing the food and water, they're pretty darn stupid. I wouldn't breed from them. So, and of course, the hens are not vending machines. That goes for your breeding flock or your laying flock. Just because you want the eggs for hatching to sell doesn't mean they're going to lay them for you. You can't go up there and yell, say, I've got an order to fill, you better get cracking, lady. It doesn't work that way. So those are the two things I'm known for, and if you remember those two things, I think it'll serve you really well in a lot of ways in managing both your laying flock and your breeding flock. A lot of people will disagree with me. That's fine. If you want to put up with a rooster running at you and attacking you from behind, if you have to watch your back when you go in the pen, that's up to you. That's your time to waste. I don't want to waste my time that way, and I don't want to perpetuate those genes and breed more of the same kind. So for many years in both my barred rock lines and now my Brahmas, I haven't had to deal with aggressive roosters and Delawares. I mean, Atlas, my older barred rock rooster, is 5 years old. He's elderly now. His grandfather was a pure Delaware. His mother was a Marvin Stukel line barred Plymouth Rock. And so he has some Delaware in his line. He's still considered a pure rock because he breeds true. He also breeds true to temperament. He breeds true to that temperament. Everybody who's gotten a son of Atlas, son of Isaacs, my Delaware rooster, grandson, great-grandson, they're always saying what great roosters they are. So that's just my take on both of those things. Take from it what you will. And, you know, nothing is 100% guaranteed. They are animals with a brain the size of a walnut, or less. I don't know how big the brain is, but it's little. And, but if you breed from the best, cull the rest, you know, that will serve you well. I promise you, it will. Trust me on that. It will. It looks like it's about to storm again, so I got to get going. But drink the rest of my detox tea here. I'll talk to you guys later. I know I haven't doing a lot of videos lately. My husband's been really in bad shape lately, so I'm about to have to hire somebody to do some work around here. And I don't look forward to that. He doesn't look forward to that because he wants to be able to run his own life. And there's things that need to be done that I can't do by myself. So, and I have to make quilts too. I want to make quilts, and there's not enough time in the day for all of it. So, have a nice spring day, guys, and I hope you're not getting the nasty weather. The blizzards are absolutely horrendous, I understand. I know how it is. I used to live in Utah. We had snow June 2nd one year. I remember. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I've been there. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.